This is our workspace container, and it needs a roof. We used to have a tarp, so we could work on the outside, but in winter it blew away. When it's raining, we cannot work outside, and the inside of the workspace is small. So in this video we are going to build the roof, and also repair our shower basin, but later. Welcome to another Project Camp update. This time we will focus on the front of the container to maximize the dry shaded area we have. So we have decided to use metal pipes with standard measurements and not recycled materials in order to make it as replicable as possible. For this project, since it's a maritime standard container, 20 feet, we think that the best option would be to also standardize the solution that goes on top to make it shade and dry. We stick to 6-meter beams, commercial sizes, that are available in many places, and if we don't need to cut them, then we don't have leftovers that we don't need to use later. It also should be durable and sturdy, because the workspace is one of the hearts of the project, and as soon as the weather doesn't allow us to work, it's a bit of a mess because everything stops around. We already tried a temporary solution with the tarp, but now we think it's time to make a long-term solution for this.
The metaphor of the roof on the workspace has arrived. 20 feet. Let's go.
Pois? Vais tu, depois vou eu. Okay, it's time to start to cut metal. So we finished all the cutting, now it's time to start to drill.
We have a lot of rain today in Portugal, so we need a roof to make our roof. So today I'm working under the roof of the storage container.
So far we have made all the 8mm holes going through the 30 by 30 beams, which is like our rafters, and this will be connected to the big beams with some nuts and bolts and nuts. For that we are making a 20mm hole on the other side in order to be able to put our tool inside and tighten it from the other side, so the nut doesn't stick out from the pipe, but we are still able to tighten it against another pipe. So now we have already all the pieces cutted and cleaned the edges and ready to be welded together. We have welded two of these supports that go to the container roof that would hold the angle of our new workspace roof. Let's keep on going with the rest.
We are going to paint all of the beams, but we can't just paint on them right away. First we have to remove all the rust that was formed, and then the beams are ready to be painted. So the deburring is done. The beams, especially where we drilled the holes, are very greasy. So we are going to use the degreaser twice. We're gonna wipe it down once with it. Then we're going to sand away the rust, degrease it one more time, and then we're ready for the paint.
By the way, this is Stijn. Meet him.
Hi, my name is Stijn. I'm from the Netherlands, where I'm a very average height. I love climbing, surfing, other extreme sports, and playing the drums. I'm originally a product designer and I've been working as a freelancer for a while, but the design and office life isn't really working for me, so I'm finding ways to work more with my hands. I always worked to solve environmental issues, but the more I learned about the circular economy and the energy transition, the more numbing it was. At Project Camp, I found the opportunity to create, experiment and play around with a positive impact. I'm here to help the Workspace team with many different projects this season and learn a lot on the way. And right now it's the Workspace roof. New weapon.
Thick.
Love the smell.
Merci.
Is het hot, Stijn? It's very hot. Wish we had a roof with some shade.
Now we have all the metal prepared. We cut, we weld, we paint, we drill, and now is the moment to put it up on the container It's a bit of the moment of truth to see if everything fits together, if all the holes are aligned, and to see if we can mount it quickly or maybe we need to make some readjustments. Let's see. So first thing we are going to do is to remove these poles that were holding our old tarp that now is broken, so we don't need them anymore, and they are kind of in the middle for everything. So satisfying to take them away. This was one of the most annoying poles in Project Camp, I would say. Got it. What? This is very dry.
Exactly.
I would need it. Time to mount the roof. Okay, the first beams are up. Now I'm going to attach these plates to hold it to the container. So this is what is going to make our roof to not fly away. I think there is a nest of wasps somewhere.
Wow, this is a wasp nest there.
Shit! This is the second metal roof we make for a container. This one is a bit different from last year's one. We don't have exactly the size of bolt we need, but we are gonna make them on purpose for this project. So So, 16 bolts already fit. Around 1/3 of the challenge passed. Do you think these are gonna fit?
Of course they're gonna fit.
It would be nice, eh? Let's see. Okay, second. This side doesn't work. Let's see the other side. It doesn't. Yeah, some things are not fitting very well.
Yes?
Okay, I'm gonna untie it. Easy.
Yeah, like this. Do you hold it and I can pull? Adrian a bit.
Adrian?
Yeah, at least one hole. This one is fixed. Nice.
Okay.
Do some fixes then here. It's hot?
It's a little bit, yeah. A little bit hot.
Probably because of the sun.
Stop.
Not good? Completely off.
Completely off.
Completely off, like 1 centimeter or more. I cannot see any. Okay. In.
So the beautiful structure for the roof is up. The next step is to place the two legs that are going to support the frame in the front. Because it extends so far, right now it bends down. So those two legs are gonna make the roof straight again at the 3-degree angle. But we are going to have to decide exactly how long the legs need to be to make the roof entirely flat. We tried to do it with this pole, but as you can see, it's quite bendy, so it doesn't really tell us much. So instead of the pole, we're just going to have to look straight that way. When the roof is flat, from here you should be able to see the top surfaces of these 4 battens all aligned perfectly like this. And right now, if I move the camera up, you can see them appear one by one, quite a long time after each other. So that means we're going to have to raise this pole . Much better already. Good. It's not the easiest to see by camera, but right now this side of the roof is looking very straight. 307.5. So we're gonna make it.
We cut some cement blocks to make a base to support the roof legs.
Looks good to me.
To paint the legs, we are going to use some leftover paint. We have blue leftover from the pig trailer. There's white paint leftover from the storage container. We are going to mix them together and make the legs of this roof beautiful baby blue.
We need to make a second layer and it looks too white, so we're trying a new shade.
Okay, it's time to put up the legs. The paint is dry enough. Me and Till are going to put the legs up. We raised the roof just a little bit so we can fit them in nicely. We're going to bolt them to the top and screw into the cement plugs in the bottom, and then we're gonna lower these, and it's gonna sit nicely, hopefully. Hopefully everything fits. Let's go. Moment of truth. Easy.
Happy.
Muito bem. Beautiful.
Just testing the structure. Seems to be very solid. Time to install the metal sheets.
Oh, we can put some soap and water and slide.
Is that okay down there?
Yeah, I can.
To attach the metal roof to the frame, we use these self-tap screws. So they open a hole and get screwed at the same time to connect the metal sheets to the beams.
Am I hitting? Yeah, look, you're just on the edge. As you see, it's the perfect timing to put the roof up. It's raining after a week again. But once we're finished, we can work dry all day long, all night long, even in the rain. It'll be awesome.
Ah, look, it's fun. This is dry. That's dry. That's dry. Wet.
Okay, now we need to move to my side.
And just like that, it's finished. Just at the right time, because it's raining. Full raining outside, but we can still be dry inside. Then we use the top of the container to store the metal we have.
So all the material is stored now, stays dry, and we can reuse it.
So the roof is finished and now we are able to work even if it's raining or very sunny. We can work under this structure. This is a huge upgrade for the workspace that allows us to work way better in our projects. Now we install also this big table that is flat and level that Jaime built last year. We have also some extra dry space in the top of the container to store some materials that cannot be outside. So it really feels like a big step forward for the workspace. Workspace roof, check. Now we go right there, to the shower, where Colleen is gonna make some fixes.
2 years ago, we had a big upgrade for the shower, and it's Emma and Charlie who did it. Magnificent shower behind me. And the basin was made with a new kind of cement alternative called magnesium phosphate. And after 2 years of use and a bunch of shower, because we were many on the camp, it degraded a lot. And also by the fact that we used a metal brush to scrape it. Not a good one, don't do that at home. So today we're gonna see the damage and try to repair it with the same cement and see if it lasts longer by just a better use and a better cleaning techniques. And maybe you can see that the cement has corroded enough for us to be able to see the ground underneath. We have gravel here. Yeah, it's falling apart bit by bits, chunks. So we're gonna see today if we can pressure wash it, completely clean it, make it dry for a good amount of time, and then make a new, thicker, more dense layer. Let's see about that. Somebody lost their wig. Better, no? I feel like it looks better.
Oh, come on. Mmm. Shower spaghetti.
I think the birds appreciate it more.
Okay, so what we see here is Stein making a counter mold of where the water will go. So we're filling the holes. After a very scientific assessment, Stein and I decided to go with sand. So we filled all the gaping holes that were in the previous cement magnesium phosphate basin. We're filling all the holes, making sure that everything is level and that with this shape the water can flow more easy. We just thought, okay, we have not enough slope for it to run directly into the sewage. We took some sand and we modeled a counter shape a bit like this in the middle and a bit like this on the end. It's not very clear. Little tail here, big bump running towards the hole. So what we hope is going to happen is that it will create more current and it will also prevent the water from stagnating in the middle of it. So the water falls down, spreads in the middle, creates a current and redirects to the hole. We prepared the mixture following the research we did in season 2. You can find all the information in our research module. The link is in the description. As this is an exothermic reaction, everything has to be done really quickly. So let's do it! This is very liquidy. And we spread the rest all around the basin as an extra layer. Okay, final touches, just a bit of sanding to remove the rough edges. So the shower basin is done, all fixed, smooth and sanded. People can finally shower. It starts to stink at camp. We pressure washed on the walls. It's less green, still a bit green, but less green. So we count that as a success. And we also cleaned all of these wooden beam structure planks. And they're a bit nicer, but they still remain green, which is probably due to the non-stop water on it. Final test for running water. The water is flowing. It's really cool to see that the new shape is working. So that was it for this video. You can already watch our next video on Patreon. Otherwise, see you here on YouTube next week. Thank you for watching. Enough water.